So in the last video, we went through how to build yourself the foundations to the program. So we compared what you need to do in comparison to kind of like what you have to do. So we were saying if you are quite new to this and you just want to get in better shape, then potentially 3 times a week, 4 times a week in the gym is perfect for you. If you want to really take this to the extent of look incredible 1995 100 kg plus of muscle and very lean, potentially this is going to be your identity, maybe stepping on stage, all these sorts of things, then you need to be doing more 5, 6 and potentially up to 10 sessions per week. Now, how would you actually structure the individual programs? Like what exercises would you do? That's what we're going to go through today. So first of all, this doesn't really matter if you're doing 3 times per week, 4 times per week, 6 times per week. It just depends on what you're actually going to do on that individual day. So if you're training 3 times a week, you're not going to be doing the first session of the week being chest and triceps, the second session of the week being back and biceps, and the third session of the week being legs. It doesn't really work. You ideally want to train each muscle twice per week. Potentially legs not twice per week, but the upper body muscle is definitely twice per week. So if you're training 3 times per week, then what you're going to have to do is you're going to want to be following some sort of, say, upper, lower, upper. That would be my ideal split for 3 times per week. Now, what you do on the upper body session is you'd have one back exercise. You'd have, one back exercise horizontal, one back exercise vertical, one chest exercise, one shoulder exercise, one tricep, one bicep. And that's basically how you structure it. So it'll be one chest, one shoulder, back V and a back H, so horizontal. So what I mean by this is the vertical pulling is we working the lats predominantly, and the horizontal rowing is we working more the traps, the rhomboids, the lower lats as well. So the horizontal pulling is going to give you more of the back thickness, the depth, and the vertical pulling is going to be giving you more of the back width. So chest, shoulder, back vertical and back horizontal, and then tricep, and then bicep. And that's basically how you would do that. And you did the exact same here with different exercises. And legs would be, let's say you wanted a bit more focus on the quads. So you do quads times 2. So let's say you did like a traditional barbell back squat and then maybe a leg press. And then you do hamstring times 1. And then you do calf times 1. If you felt like that wasn't enough volume for you in the lower body session, then you could do 2 here as well. So that could be, you could be doing a squat and a leg press. You could potentially do like a leg curl and maybe like a hip extension or an RDL, and then you'd have here your calf at the end as well. If you wanted to do more of a hamstring glute focus, you'd just do 2 glute hamstrings and then 1 quad and then 1 calf in here. Okay, that's how you structure your 3-day per week training. Now, actual exercises, what would you do here? So on the chest here, I would do something which is going to be pretty big on your chest. I wouldn't, for example, do a chest fly. It would be like a flat dumbbell chest press, incline dumbbell chest press, maybe a flat Smith press or incline Smith press. I wouldn't do like a normal barbell bench. I don't particularly like those. I mean, you could if you wanted to, but they're not that fantastic. And then, or potentially like a machine press. Machine press would be good as well. Now, shoulders. Entirely up to you. I don't particularly like shoulder pressing. I don't think it gets the shoulders working in the way that you particularly want to work them. Because I think if you're doing chest pressing, then you're getting enough shoulder work in a sense of shoulder pressing anyway, particularly if you're doing incline pressing. So on the shoulders, I'll do more like a lateral raise. So I'll be in dumbbell lateral raises, or I'll be doing like a cable machine lateral raises. Now, back vertical, just lat pull down or pull ups. Back horizontal would be like a machine row, like a T-bar row, a seated cable row, something like that. Single arm row. And then triceps, I do quite a big-ish tricep movement. So I'd probably do like some sort of seated machine dip, or like a skull crusher on the Smith machine, or a cable machine push down, something like that. And then on the bicep, again, I'll do like a seated bicep dumbbell curl, standard EZ barbell curl, or maybe a cable machine curl as well. Okay. And then just when you do the second upper body session here, you do the exact same selection of exercises. So one chest, one shoulder, one back vertical, one back horizontal, but just different. So let's say over here you did an incline chest. Over here I'll probably do a flat chest. Let's say here you did a cable machine lateral raise. Over here I'll potentially do like a dumbbell lateral raise, or maybe even do like an upright row of a barbell. Back vertical here you did, let's say you did neutral grip lat pull down. Over here I'll do a pronated grip pull up. Back horizontal, let's say you did a T-bar row. Over here I'll do maybe a bent over row or a single arm row. Triceps, you did a dip. Over here then I'll do the easier tricep version, I'll just do cable push downs. Biceps here you did standing EZ bar bicep curls. Over here I'll do the cable machine straight bar bicep curls. You see I'm getting a bit of a different strength curve. So if I did a tricep barbell or tricep dumbbell, which is a bit more free weight, I will then do the cable version over here, same as the bicep. So I'm just trying to pick something which is a little bit different to what we've already done, so it gives me a bit more variety and it works the strength curve a bit better. For example, if I did a dumbbell chest press here, I wouldn't then go and do another dumbbell chest press here, even though potentially this one here was inclined, this one here was flat. I wouldn't do that. It's the same. It's the dumbbell. I want to use a different piece of machine on a different strength axis, strength curve. So it means I'm challenging the muscle in a different way, not just the angle or the grip positioning. And then you do that for 6 weeks, potentially anywhere between 6 and 12 weeks. Just keep repeating, trying to increase the weights, trying to do more weights, more reps, and that's it. It's literally all you have to do. Now, if you're training 4 times per week, what would that look like? Let's go through that. So 4 times per week, 4 per week. So 4 per week, you'd be going with the best version of 4 per week would be upper, lower, then you'd have a rest. Then you go upper, lower, and that will fit into your week. So that'll be Monday, Tuesday, rest Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. If you want to do less sessions during the actual week, because maybe you're very busy in the week because of work and stuff, so you'd maybe do upper Monday, lower Tuesday, rest Wednesday, rest Thursday, and then you could do upper again Friday, and then lower again Saturday, rest Sunday, and then repeat. So it doesn't matter. It just means you've got 2 rest days in the middle of the week rather than 2 rest days over the weekend. It just depends if you want to train on the weekend, if you don't want to train on the weekend. Now, how would I structure this? So this here again would be the same as we had a minute ago. So it would be chest, shoulder, back vert, and back horizontal, and then it would be bicep and tricep. Legs will be exactly the same. So let's see, we do quad, 2, hamstring glute, we'll say the same thing, 1, and then calf, 1. If you wanted to, you could chuck abs in here as well. And then you do exactly the same over here. The only thing I'll potentially do is I would change the legs a little bit. So now I'll do quad, glute ham, 2, calf, ab, like that. Okay. So now, just because you're changing the volume slightly on the lower body days, it means you can target your quads and your hamstrings, glutes equally. That's the only thing I would change. The alternative thing to do is, because the upper body session has, your arms are going to be quite tired by the time you come to train them after you've done the chest, the shoulders, the back vertical, and the back horizontal. So your arms are going to be quite tired. So what you could do is, let's say you wanted to, really target your triceps. So you take the triceps out of this session, and then you train them at the end or at the start of the leg day, and you just scrap the abs like that. Okay, so all it just means is that you're now training your triceps when you're more fresh, because you haven't blasted your triceps from doing like a chest press and a shoulder press beforehand. You're just changing them now when you're more fresh. And you can do the same with biceps. So if you wanted to, you could put the triceps back here, and then you could then say, I want to put the biceps here instead. Maybe from doing the 2 back exercises, your biceps get too tired. Your biceps too tired become the end of the session. So you can chuck the biceps on the end or at the start. I would sometimes do it at the start, sometimes do it at the end. It doesn't really matter, because if you're doing it after calves, you had a bit of time for your heart rate to calm down a bit anyway. If you're doing the biceps or the triceps before the legs, it's almost quite a good way to get your mind focused for legs as well. Okay, that's how you do 4 times per week. Now, let's go to the final one. Let's do 5 times per week, because 5 times per week, your actual sessions change a little bit. You notice with 3 times a week and 4 times a week, your sessions are pretty much exactly the same. You just get an extra leg day in on the 4 times per week. So you're training your body a bit more evenly. Now, 5 times per week. Remember in the last video, we said that you do 2 days on, 1 day rest, 3 days on, 1 day rest, and that fits into your 7-day week. Or you do 3 days on, 1 day rest, 2 days on, 1 day rest. It's pretty much the same. It just, if you want to start with 3 in a row or start with 2 in a row before you have your first rest day, entirely up to you. Let's say that we're doing 3 and then 2. So day 1, we're going to go and do pull. So PU. Day 2, we're going to do push. PS. Day 3, leg. Day 4 here would be rest. So that'll be like a Thursday. And then we're going to go Friday, Saturday. We're going to go and going to do another push. Pull. And then the Saturday would be, we're going to put this as pull. Now, if from the other video, you will probably remember that it doesn't have to be like this. So I would always keep the 3 the same. Pull, push, legs, or even push, pull, legs. The reason why I like doing pull, push, legs is because in your pull session, if you have something which has got lower back loading, then that's going to have a negative impact on your leg training. So I like to do pull before push. That means if I do like bent over row or T-bar row and I've got a bit lower back loading, that means I've got another whole day before I do my legs where lower back is loaded again. So this is the reason why I like doing it this way. Majority of people would do push, pull, legs. I prefer this. Now, you don't have to do push, pull again at the end. You can just do, you can just do upper, lower, and you do a session like we explained a minute ago from the 3 or 4 times per week. Or you could do a pull and then push, but the pull session could be more posterior. So we could say PO, posterior, meaning we're going to get a little bit of glute and hamstring in there as well as back. That's entirely up to you. That's if you wanted to load the glutes and hamstrings a bit more. Let's just stick with what we said here first of all. Let's just do pull, push, legs, rest, push, pull, push. Okay, so first pull session of the week. Now, this 5-day split is quite good for having a bit more volume per session per muscle. Okay, so now we know we've got 2 pull sessions per week. So let's go with back vertical times 2. So we're going to concentrate on the back vertical pulling a bit more in this session. We're going to do 2 different exercises on back vertical. Then we're going to go back horizontal, and we're just going to go times 1. Then we're going to go bicep, and we're going to go times 1 exercise. This means times 1 exercise. Now let's skip push for a minute. Let's go over and do our second pull session of the week. Now we're going to go back horizontal. We're going to go that times 2. Why times 2 on back horizontal over here? Because we did back horizontal 1 here and back vertical 2. Now we'll do back horizontal here 2, back vertical 1. So again, we're splitting the volume up, we're getting it even. Bicep times 1. Okay, one exercise. So it doesn't mean you're doing one set, it means it's one exercise. Now, how would you do this? So over here, back vertical, you could do pull-ups first, then you could do like a lat pull down variation second, or you could do pull-ups and like a lat prayer, or you could do lat pull down and a lat prayer. Then the back horizontal here, you could do like a bent over row, you could do a T-bar row, seated machine row, entirely up to you. Biceps, whatever you want. Now, push. So, as we already discovered, you want a bit more volume in your chest rather than your shoulders. So what I'll do here is, I would do chest, I would do one chest, then I would do tricep, because tricep is quite a big muscle in comparison to a bicep, so you can get good loading on the tricep here. And then I would do shoulder. So chest, tricep, shoulder. So I would do one chest exercise, one tricep exercise, one shoulder exercise. Now, the second push day, I would do it a little bit different. I would do chest, two. So two exercises on the chest now. Then I would do tricep, still one. Then I'll do shoulder times one. We'll do the same thing here. Times one. Times one. Times one. Like that, okay? If you wanted to make the volume a bit higher on your pushing muscles, then what I would do is make that shoulder a 2. And I'll do that as some sort of superset. So maybe like a lateral raise into an upright row, or like a reverse fly into an upright row, or a reverse fly into a seated face pull, something like that. The way I've structured it right now is the way that I generally would do it. So I'd do one chest, one tricep, two shoulder. My shoulder typically comes at the end or at the start. So if you wanted to here, you could put the shoulder at the start, then do your chest, and then do your triceps. It's entirely up to you. I like to do it like this because I like to give because chest and shoulders kind of overlap quite a bit. So I like to give them a bit of a recovery, do the triceps in the middle, and then finish the shoulders at the end. Now, legs is the last one to finish with, and legs is the same as it was a minute ago. So again, typically, I'd rather do 2 quad exercises. Then the glute ham would be 1, and then the calf would be 1. And again, potentially chuck on abs there as well. Okay? And that's literally how you're structuring the workouts. Very, very simple. You're not doing crazy amounts of exercise in the gym, like different exercises. You're typically only doing 3, maybe 4 different movements when you're in the gym. That's it. So your back day here is you're doing, let's say you did pull up, lat pull down. So 2 different exercises. Then you're doing your back horizontal. Let's say you did a bent over row. That's 3 exercises. Then you did your biceps at the end, 1 exercise, 4 exercises. That's what we need to do. And that's how you structure and how you would pick exercises for 3 times per week, 4 times per week, or 5 times per week. That's literally it. Now, if you want to have a go at putting together your own workout, post it in the comments below. I'll get back to you with some tips if you need to change things around slightly. And again, if you think you need help with structuring a program that's suitable for you, then put your name below in the comment section, and I'll add you to the wait list when we open up the online training academy to help you guys. Until next time, have a go at doing your own workouts like this, and happy lifting.